I just would like to give you guys a update on the progress that I've been doing off camera. It is basically so much that I got to show you, so much that I got to share to you, that I cannot include this into the next episode, which will be all about melting, new items, new upgrades, and all that kind of stuff. I have been working my butt off, and I already have to say that I'm not sorry for doing this. Before I turn around and show you the progress, which I had some complaints about in the last episode, I just would like to tell you that the first building that we have been making at the first mine is going to stay at this place. I'm going to use it different, but I can still use that building. Also, the mini dump building will stay at this place, and also the tailoring building will stay at this place. Basically, the only thing that I had to move up for certain reasons, which I will explain in a second, is the brick factory and the crusher area. Are you ready? It can be overwhelming, but I got a lot to explain to you. This is the progress that I've been doing off camera. I tell you this, I have been crumbling and crushing about 12 stockpiles of stones. I have been burying all the stones right down there, and or I have been making a massive amount of roads. It is a lot. I will try to explain it carefully step by step why I have been doing certain things and what will happen for the future. But basically, I am done with what I need to do and I'm ready for the next episode. So first of all, I'm going to run to the end. We're gonna go step by step. I will show you everything, how, what, and why. So first of all, this building might look familiar, and yes, this is an exact replica of the building that we have been making at the first mine. I have been doing this because basically all the stones, limestone, sandstone, will first be placed at this building. Then I'm going to decide, does it need to be crumbled or am I going to make it into building bricks? And over here I will repair my tools, do some research and all that kind of basic stuff, just like I've been doing at the first building, at the first mine shaft, if you would. The building at the mine shaft, I will still use it because I could use a tool repair section over there. But basically, all the iron mine that I mine over there is going to be brought down here. I will place it in this stockpile or either in this stockpile, and then we're going to crumble these stockpiles into crushed iron or crushed stone, which will be basically placed down here. This is way more handier to do it like this. Now, there is only one problem with this building. I'm just going to show you. By the way, I have found copper meanwhile I was digging out the mine. I got like 4 big stockpiles on each side of the building. I got 2. Here I got stone, and behind the stone I got sandstone. I still need to make a road behind the building. Over here I got limestone, and this building is called Stony Stone, just like at the mine. And this is called Bumpy Dump. I don't know why I needed to have a name. As you can see, there's a little bit of a road. But as you can also see, I don't have any place for these stockpiles, right? I can make stone into building materials like this, like that, like the sandstone, which is basically the building material you see down here. So what I want to do in the future, I got a nice little space down here. I'm gonna dig out a little bit of a down under stockpile area where I can fit perfectly 4 of these stockpiles under the building, and then I can reach it from above because I cannot reach these stockpiles from the building, so they need to be down under. Something very simple that's going to happen, doesn't going to cost me too much work. Now, this is super handy to have the crush area straight down here. Then it will be crushed at Crunchy Crush. From the Crunchy Crush, it can go a few couple of ways. If it's iron ore, copper ore, gold ore, after it's been crumbled, it will go into the mine to the sorting factory, and from the sorting factory, it will go into the melting factory, and from the melting factory, it will end up at Annie's Anvil. I'll explain you more about this all in a minute. So it is very handy to have, you know, the road building factory right near the cobbling factory, because I'm gonna go into this building, I'm gonna go to this Wainwright table, and I can make some stone roads, because all I need is crumbled stuff. You can see I need some mortar, right? So I thought the best thing to do with mortar is make a separate building. So the building on the opposite side of the stone road maker is the mortar building. Down here I got a lot of mortar, and down here I got sand. Now the best thing of all is when I was you know, building this stuff down here, I found a sand vein, so I could just directly take sand, put it in here, make it into mortar. Very quick, very handy. And down here, of course, this building is basically 2 factories in one. Down here, I'm gonna go into this thing. I'm gonna go into mortar. I need sand and labor, and then it will be on the stockpile. And from the stockpile, I can use it to make roads. Very handy. This building is called Morty's Mortar. Then we're gonna go to Brickery Bricks. Hey, this sounds familiar. Yes, I had to place the brick factory right down here, for the reason being is that I need mortar for the bricks. So this mortar building has 2 kind of functions, which is super handy, and everything down here kind of makes sense why it has been placed near each other. The only thing is I need clay, and first I was like, I'm going to need clay from this area. I couldn't be bothered, and then I was like, let's take a new look at the area. And there is another area down here where can I get clay. So at the end of this road, I start digging a tunnel a little bit into the hill, and then I'm gonna go to around the corner at the right side, which means I'm gonna go this way. Slowly but surely I will get into more clay. Just have to dig through this underneath and then get into this big area for more clay. The best thing also is I can find gold in this tropical area, and this gold will be crushed, then brought into the mine, will be sorted and then melted, and then get brought to Annie's anvil. Super handy, right? These roads makes it all go very quick. The way how I have set up these buildings makes it go very quick. About the roads, I got something also to say in a minute, but first I would like to go into the mine. Now, of course, the coal mine, the area here is just basically the same. I haven't been doing anything with it just yet. We're gonna go down here, and also a few couple of things happened down here. At first I wasn't happy with it. You know, I just need to go with the flow. So down here I got the melting factory. Now, of course, the air pollution that comes up from the coal is not going to stay underneath the ground. It's going to slowly, surely pollute this area. It is all going to be fine. It is close by the farm. If need, I can always move the farm up. I have already thought about that, but more about that in the future. So here will be all the iron that has been split up from the wet tailings and the ground. And it will get into these guys, and then it will end up here in this stockpile. And from this stockpile, when it's full, I'll bring it up to Annie's anvil, right? So down here, I was like, you know what? Let's go down 1, 2, 3, 4 ramps, make it straight, and make the wet tailing area right down here. Yep, that is copper. Now, I've been reading copper could mostly be found in cold areas, and maybe somewhere else. I was freaking surprised that there's so much copper down here. I wanted to make the wet tailing area. I've been digging out some copper, but I have already 2.5 stockpile with copper, and you know, you can already guess I cannot dig this out even more because I'm gonna get this stockpile problem again. So I just accepted that the copper is here, and you know what, it is handy to have it down here anyways. It's close by my factories. It's getting dark. I will put up the brightness in a second because I'm not gonna run back to the bed. So I just said, screw that. I'm just gonna go dig down even more, and then I knew I needed to go around the corner, because if I go further into this area, I will end up in the desert, and the best place to store wet tailings is in a stony area. So around the corner we go. And I was like, let's go down a little bit further, even more further. And then I was like, you know what? On this side, let's put the wet tailing area where I'm going to store all wet tailings. I will keep digging it out, digging it out, digging it out. And like I said, slowly but surely I will get into the farm area. But I have some plans for some nice farm area down here. It's going to be an off-camera project. Just need to flatten out the land, and then we can farm pretty well. Alright? I'm not going to spend too much time to this just yet. So, wet tailings will be stored down here forever and always. It kind of feels like I'm storing like radioactive material for some reason. But it is what it is. So I thought, let's dig out a factory where I'm going to split up the iron from the wet tailings. Yep, I found even more copper. Oh boy, and let me just increase. Where is it at? There you go. Didn't do anything. A little bit. So down here, I will make more factories. I just have to dig it out more and more and more. I'm not going to be worried about digging out all the copper though, because I got a copper mine. I already got 2.5 stacks of copper. And to be real honest, I don't think I'm going to need to have too much copper. Copper is mainly used for making circuit boards. There are 2 machines. There is 1 car vehicle. Maybe I'm going to need it for the electronical industry, where you need to make robot arms. You know, you need a little bit of copper, but I don't think you need a massive amount of copper as the iron. I think iron will be the most that you're going to dig up, then copper, and then gold. So, here will be all the crushed iron. Then it goes into this machine. It's split it up in 2 pieces, iron and wet tailings. Alright, I got 2 stockpiles, 1 for the iron, 1 for the wet tailing, and after, you know, it is done, the wet tailings will be moved out and will be stored in here. The iron will go upstairs to the melting factory, where it's getting melted into bars. I want to make the same setup like this 2 more times, 1 for the copper and 1 for the gold. I'm just going to accept everything as my first playthrough of this game, and I cannot have everything too much perfect, right? This is something I need to accept. And got a lot more to show you, a lot more to tell you. But you know what? It feels good what I've been doing so far. So I got also 3 down here: copper, iron and gold. I got a small stockpile with coal for the fuel, and things will be set for the next episode. I'm gonna do some iron melting, we're going to do making the anvil, we're going to probably get some new tools, and I would like to see if I can make like a, let me just say a motorized vehicle. Let me just decrease the brightness a little bit. Alright, so that is that, right? A lot of this stuff. So Annie's anvil also have 3 stockpiles: copper, gold and iron. Because I have looked on Wiki to see if I need to do something with the gold or copper also on the anvil, and there are possibilities for the gold and copper, so there will be 1 anvil down here, or maybe 2, maybe 3, I just have to see. Down here I got the output for all the stuff that has been making. Right down here I got a simple road to get the stuff to wherever it's going to be needed. Alright. A couple of more things. So 1 tip I have for new people that are actually going to start playing this game: never dig in your stone roads. Never build the buildings on the ground itself, which I basically mean, what I did before is when I make a building, I was basically digging out a part of the floor in order to make the floor of the building down here. You shouldn't do that at all. That's gonna be my tip. Build the dirt road onto the normal ground, and later on you're going to build the stone road onto the dirt road. And then you also take care that you build it, on such a way that you can immediately dump in the building's floor without continuously have to dig out stuff, because that is a very grainy process. You can see down there, I just need to dump a few stockpiles. I placed a few blocks and I'm ready to go. And I don't have any dirt that needs to go to any other places. Alright, that is a little bit about that. So anything else, I placed still a few stockpiles down here because, it's like a queuing line. All these stockpiles will be moved down here into the crusher, from the crusher to there. I just need to grab all the stone and move it up to some area to fill in. Down here I got a little bit of a place because sometimes I cut down trees, I'll get this stuff. I'm not going to be bothered until it's full, and when it's full I'm going to make this stuff into mortar, and then I'll either move it there. Let me just say 60% will go there, and if need, the other 40% will go behind this building, because in order to make these beautiful signs, I believe you also needed mortar. I'm not sure, but I do know I needed a little bit of mortar now and then to make something. My fridge is completely full. We will be doing butchering, farming, and cooking at some point when the new farm area is actually ready. Also, I'm going to need to have a lot of these points for cooking, because if we look at cooking, there are 5 of these to unlock, and also at farming there are 3 to unlock, and I believe somewhere is butchering at this one. It also needs to be unlocked, so I'm going to need to unlock a lot of stuff. I have been noticing each time you level up and get a star, also your multiplier will increase every time you gain a star, so you're going to gain stars even quicker than you did before, which is very nice. I'm just in here to show you that this building is basically, just the same. I'll put it back. I made a perfect replica of it. I've also been making like a small statue in here, which will give me an extra point. I forget each time. Like this. This is also the same. The only thing that's different that it's made out of brick. Just because why not? The bedroom is the same. And the bathroom is also the same. At some point, we're going to make an apartment into my massive office building that I would like to build. Just gonna take a little nap, so it's getting daytime again. And I'm super happy with the progress that I've been doing, because this will increase the amount of work I can do. I will be lesser annoyed by the slow walking, the plants, the animals, everything that slows me down. And it's good that I've been doing this. It's very good. So what I hope for the future is that I don't have to change anything anymore. It's just basically all of the stone from the mine that all of a sudden brought a problem. And if I think very well, what is going to give me another problem? I cannot really think of anything that's going to bring me more problems for now. So yeah, this will be the new mine for the clay, and sooner or later also gold. And I got everything I am going to need. Alright, so what I want to do, I'm still going to do it. At the end of this road, down here, I'm going to make a ramp down, and I'm going to make my massive building that I actually wanted to build there. I'm going to build it right down here. I'm going to build it a little bit more different. I have some ideas. I'm not going to dig that deep. I'm also not going to need any mine in this guy, just a parking lot and stairs on both sides that goes up to the entrance of the office building. I think it will look nice to have it on a road like this, so we can have an overview of the whole industry down here. Now I also would like to explain you the last thing about this area is this will stay empty until I got a reason to fill it in. What I need to do is keep a very good eye out on to the stats of the new workbenches, because the workbenches says you need so much space, it needs to be in a certain room, you're going to make a few certain items, and or you need a few certain items, and based on those stats I'm going to decide how to build it, and I'm going to need to build it the correct way right away. The other thing is I will build another piece of road. I'm not going to build any between in roads, but I will build this road down here. It will continue all the way to this corner down here, as much far out as possible. I'll probably dig out a few couple of sandstone there, and it will go that way. And on this way, I'll create a massive open area where I can build future stuff. The road will be connected up down here to the road that will come here. I just need to finish the road until that point, and then I got even more space if need. But what I really would like to do is from this area on, I want to build a city. I want to build very big buildings like apartments, but I also want to build like stores. I want to build a furniture store. I want to build maybe a clothing store. I'm not quite sure because you cannot really display clothing, but you can display furniture. You can display vehicles on vehicle store, you know, just for fun, just for role playing. Because even though I have my office building finished by the time, even though I have a chance to make these laser beams, I'm not planning on to destroy the asteroid, at least before reaching day number 5. You know, it is all about destroying this thing, but we're also going to enjoy this game, build beautiful buildings, try to unlock every little skill, take a look at all of the things that we can do in this game before just destroying the asteroids. I'm just going to go off-site. Alright, this road will continue there. This down here, what I will do is I'm not going to fill this all up. What I will end up doing probably is make a ramp from the near road going down in here, and I probably end up making a certain building out of this. What I will do is I will keep the mine as it is for now, just in case I'm going to need to get more sand, just in case if I run out of sand near the brick building. Yeah, I came across sandstone here, but down here, when you go more near the beach, there is more sand. And I believe in the deep ocean, there will be sand too, but it's gonna be a little bit difficult to dig that out unless I dig very deep to the bottom of this game and then go towards the ocean. I just have to see what I'm exactly going to do with this. Yeah, the wall will be too high, and then I can make like a foundation onto it. Maybe I can make like a vehicle store out of this. You know, something. It's gonna be nice. That's one thing I promise. Maybe I have to move this wall up one further from, you know, so it's attached immediately to the road. Not gonna be that much work. I will remove all of the walls around it. Well, at least until this height. I have to place something back later on, but I'm not gonna do too much with it until I'm sure what I am going to do with it. I will get top layer of chew off from it, and that will be that. Alright, so there's one problem down here, is that the road, I'm not going to place a road on this road, I'm just going to go down here, alright. Everything behind this line will be built up, everything behind this line will stay down, and I will have to dig out the dirt. The reason why is because these buildings, I cannot move the buildings up, and those buildings I cannot move them up either, so they will just stay as it is. This road later on I still want to add in asphalt. Asphalt I want to add into the whole industry area, except that I'm not going to remove these blocks on the terrains of the area. I don't know if it makes any sense. Let's just run real quick to it, and then, you know, we're gonna go there, and that will be it, and then we can, you know, do the episode of the melting stuff. So this road here will be replaced with asphalt. This road here will not be replaced. The same goes for all of these side roads. The side roads are just going to stay stone as it is. I don't mind to get this all stone, but the main road, I want to have it asphalt. And, you know, not only because it's very handy to go fast on a straight path, but also it will look a lot better. One thing I will also do, this road is a lot thicker. I will keep like a sidewalk with the blue stone, and then 5 of these stones will be asphalt, and then another sidewalk. This is something I just wanted to explain. So yeah, the road will be go down here. And this building will stay as it is, as I said, but I'm not going to use it for making bricks. What I will do is I will put certain furniture back in here, in order to repair some tools, so I don't have to run all the way down there if I'm busy down here. I will remove these stockpiles down here. What I will do is I'm going to build certain buildings, right? But this stone mine needs to be, a little bit sneaky put away into the city because it's industry. And if people don't like something into a city, it's industry. So I might end up building a building here. I will end up building a large building down here. The only place that will have stockpiles is this area, just for some wood and certain stone so I can repair my tools. This stockpile will be gone. I'll probably end up, making maybe a little store out of it with apartments on top of it. Maybe I'll make a bridge on the top to another piece of an apartment building with stores underneath. And this building will stay. I still want to make the stairs go down there. Maybe down here I'll make like the furniture building. Near the vehicle buildings. I got a couple of plans to do with this area. It's gonna be nice. Have some faith in me. That is what they say. The asphalt road will go all the way into the jungle. Because why not? I'll go all the way up there. Because why not? And up here I will make a little farm just for now. So I can just fill up my food each time. But because maybe there will be some pollution down here in this area, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to. I'll probably end up, making a little farm down here, but it's not going to be the ultimate farm with the cooking stations, bakery stations, and all that kind of stuff. I'll probably end up making a small building, small kitchen, some silos. I hope a little place for a harvester, and that's going to be it. And down here I'm already busy with a little bit of mining because beets is what I eat the most, beans is what I eat the most, and tomatoes. And here in the back I would like to have a lot of these blueberry bushes, which I like to call them. And that is going to be that. So I'm not quite sure if I'm going to continue this road till this area because, I already found copper, and the only road that I'm going to continue is this road down here, all the way up to here, and then I can make the ultimate cooking / farming area, because if I open the environmental stuff and go to the fertile ground, you can see there is a massive amount of fertile ground down here. That is what I want to do. It's going to be a lot more than this area, which is cramped up. This is really big. Cooking is going to be a big part of this game at some point, because I had a request of a viewer telling me, are you going to make cooking videos? The point is I want to get into it a lot more, because it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of foods can you make in order to, having to munch a lot lesser and lesser instead of continuous clicking and that kind of stuff. I believe I'm already there. Yeah, so it's not far. It's just up the hill and down here. The only thing that I will have to do, and that is completely flatten out this area, because the harvester cannot go, it cannot drive up here. It needs to be ramped, and that's going to be messy. So at some point I want to make a chainsaw and cut down these big boys. I'm going to get a lot of wood from it. And we're going to make a insanely beautiful farmhouse down here with a massive kitchen area. Probably end up doing it right down here. So let me see. This is the road going down here, and then it will go against the building. The building will be here, cooking area, and it's gonna be absolutely insane, absolutely beautiful. It's a massive project, but that is what I like to do. And so in this case, that was actually all I had to say. Yes, another blah 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 episode, but this is the final blah 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 episode. And yeah, tomorrow you can expect melting, anviling, probably new tools, and or a whole new vehicle.